Here to talk to you today about another new product that we've got at Slingshot. This is a band tying jig. This is a heavy duty band tying jig. I think it weighs about 1.5 pounds. Solid stainless steel construction. This is something that you're going to be able to pass down to your children. It really will last that long. I'm going to show you today how to assemble this and how to use it, because I think it's going to be one of the best pieces of kit that we sell at Slingshot, especially for the band tying DIY aficionados. So when you get your kit, it's going to come just like this. You've got forceps here, the base plate, an Allen key. This is the pouch end, and this is the forceps end. I'll show you what I mean by that when we go through how to use it. But first you're going to want to assemble it. So you're going to notice that there's a couple of bolts underneath here. You're just going to want to undo those and make sure that you don't lose them. This is what the Allen key is for. When you flip your base plate over, you'll notice that there are 2 holes at the bottom, and the bolts will fit right into those holes. You're going to go ahead and put them in there. So then you're just going to put those screws right into those threaded holes there for the base plate. When you're about there, you want to snug them up, but they don't have to be super tight. There's no reason for it. Just make sure they're finger tight. When you get it set up this far, you should notice that these little hooks right here are facing the short end of the base plate. The hooks should not face toward the numbers on the base plate. They should face away from the numbers on the base plate. Next thing is you're going to want to take your pouch end here, and there's a little nut that you're going to take off the end of that. That nut will fit right down inside here, and then with the threaded end, go up and screw that nut on so that it sits like that. Now the jig is complete, and all you'll have to do to adjust it is turn this part just slightly, and you'll be able to slide it back and forth to the length that you need it, and then just tighten it back down. Super simple, super easy. So let's go over how to use it. I've got a couple of sheets of latex here. I got a pouch, and I've also got some band tying tape. I'm going to show you what this looks like from my perspective so that you have a little bit better idea of what you should be looking for when you're using it. So I like to set all of my items up just like you see here. One thing that you're not going to have that you should think about getting is a pair of little thread snips. You could also use a pair of scissors. First thing we're going to want to do is figure out which side of our pouch we want for the ammo and which side we want for our fingers. I have a clay ammo pouch here, and the sides are both the same, so it's not really going to make any difference. So your band should be tapered, usually from a wider end like this down to a more narrow end like this. So you're going to take the more narrow end and you're going to roll it so that there's a little bit of a point, just like that. And then you're going to thread that point in through the pouch. And when it pokes out the other side, pull on it. Next thing that I like to do is pull and roll so that the band is more even in the pouch. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So now would be the time to make sure both sides are even. They should look like mirror images of each other. I have mine rolled into a tri-fold. You can also bifold yours if that's a little bit easier for you. So the next step is actually to make sure that these are both rolled evenly and then folded over like that. To take your forceps and pinch that little tag and clamp down the forceps. You'll notice at the bottom the forceps have the little pieces that fit into each other. That's going to hold that pretty secure. Don't clamp the pouch in the forceps. You want to be able to pull the latex away from the pouch like this. Then we're going to take the center hole of the pouch and stick it on the top of this peg, and then pull the latex with the forceps over to this hook. That's going to give us a little bit of stretch. You don't want too much stretch in there. You should stretch it about 1/2 inch total. You don't need any more than that. Now we take our band tying tape. And what I'm going to do is wrap my band tying tape around about 4 or 5 times. On the first go around, you want it to be about 50% tight. Then I like to switch sides. And then you want it to be about 90% tight. And again, I'm going to switch sides. So I've wrapped it a total of 4 times, and now I'm going to tie a square knot. You can wrap more times if you want, but I found that 4 or 5 or 6 times is probably the best. When you tie the square knot, make sure it's cinched down really well, and then snip off the ends. That's a nice, neat little tie on there. And all we have to do is undo the forceps. And you can see how that looks so awesome. Now we're going to spin it around and do the same thing on this side. Over. 1 rep. 2 reps. Down and pull pretty tight. 3 reps. 4 reps. And then square knot. Right over left. Left over right. Slip off the extra. And this is now a complete band set. If you have any other questions about your band tying jig, or any questions at all about slingshots, we're here for you. Reach out to us, and we're going to do our best to get you going to have success early and often. Thanks for watching.